in this video I've brought to you guys this. This is my horizontally opposed boxer engine. No, its real name is horizontally opposed engine, but boxer looks better in the title, so that's what I'm going to call it. And this engine went through multiple stages, so I'm just going to run through what this engine went through, talk a bit about how it works, and then give you a good long demonstration about it. Well, yeah. So let's talk about the stages it went through, because this was the final product, and of course, of all of the stages it went through, this is the best one. But at first, pretty much all of these supports you see here were bricks. They weren't actual Technic. So as you can imagine, it fell apart all the time, especially when running. And it looked horrible. It looked really bad. These glass pieces, I know that they are covered up a lot by the supports, but before, like, they were completely covered and it looked horrible. So I made a lot of modifications, and I kept a brick-built frame in here, but changed the supports to Technic pieces. But I didn't use these big angle pieces right here. I used the L pieces with the 3 holes and the 5 holes. And the supports were pushed super tight against here, and it did look better, but it wasn't that strong. And as you can see, these Technic pieces are already sticking out by a brick, but the past ones were sticking out by about like 3 or 4 bricks. So it looked, instead of this looking like a minor bit of extra space, that one was a ton of extra space. And so I scrapped that idea. But not only were the supports not good, but the main frame here wasn't that good either. So I scrapped the main frame and installed it with this Technic part. It ran a lot smoother, but I still kept the very tight frame. So for the final time, I scrapped the whole thing and changed the cylinders because the valves kept falling out, and I also modified the valves because they kept falling out. I modified the frame and the valve to keep the valves from falling out, but the piston system worked very well. Since the very start, the pistons and the shaft were untouched. But after I built the frame and all of this, I built the manifold, which was super easy, and I decided to use these pieces to help firmly install it to the piston chamber. And that's really all I have to talk about for the stages of it. So let's move on to how it works. So if you watched the video on my inline 2 piston engine, you don't really have to watch this because you probably already understand it, so I'll just sum it up quickly. These pistons move up and down, and these valves allow and restrict airflow. And unlike your traditional engine where the exhaust is air going out, the exhaust on this is air going in because it's sucking air out instead of putting gases or air in. But I actually have tested it, and this engine will work if you force air in here into the manifold instead of sucking air out. It's actually really interesting. But these pistons alternate. So while this one is in I think it's like upper dead center, and this one's in bottom dead center, they'll alternate. So now like this one's bottom dead center, this one's upper dead center. And the valves are offset by 90 degrees, so while this piston is all the way at the bottom, this valve is starting to open. And then of course we have the manifold, which I don't even have to show you guys what it is, but I will anyway a bit. You can see it's just 2 tunnels going both way, splitting airflow. But enough talking, and let's actually see this baby run. Wow, that was a really good demo. But anyway, that is really all I have for this video. If you guys really want a tutorial, like if this video gets 20 likes, I will do a tutorial on it. But of course, I have other engines I want to build, so if we had hit 20 likes rather soon, I'm talking like few days, I will make a tutorial for this. But anyways, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.